Hi everybody, my name is Myiesha and I'm a Sephora Beauty Director. Today's video is going to be really fun. We're going to be talking about different options for eyeliner. I'll show you what works best for certain areas, how to smudge things, how to apply them. And I'll give you a little history fun fact too, so stay tuned. So there are many different types of eyeliner, and I love history and I love learning about like why things are. Eyeliner was actually invented in the year 10,000 BC, so it's been around quite a long time. I believe the first type of eyeliner was some sort of like coal pigment mixed with some sort of emollients or oil or something like that, and the ancient Egyptians used to put it on. And the cool thing is eyeliner was sort of like not something that people used to wear 100 years ago, and then in the 1920s when archaeologists started finding out more about ancient Egyptians, it actually came more into fashion, like hence the sort of like heavy smoky eye, which I think is really cool to think about why makeup is at what times. And also when you think about silent films had such high contrast and they couldn't emote verbally, they had to put on heavy liner to kind of have that really cool sort of vampy look. So I think the thing that's closest to what ancient sort of eyeliner was, or like old school cake liners back in the day, is going to be some sort of like pot gel liner. This is from Bobbi Brown. This is the long wear gel eyeliner. This is super popular. I feel like every makeup artist has this in their kit because it's super versatile. They have a really great brush that Bobbi Brown sells that you can get with this. It's nice because it's super thin on one side and then it's a little thicker on the other side, so you can get a lot of different looks. If you are looking for something that works really well with a brush, if you're very skilled with a brush, if you want maybe a liner one day, a wing liner one day, but maybe a smudgy wing liner the next day, or sometimes you do a smoky eye, you want to cover your entire lid with liner, having a gel liner is going to be great. Super versatile. So the way you apply it, very easy. You don't want to keep it open because it will dry out. These do lock down and they wear a long time. So I'm getting the brush and I'm just loading it up, and I like to just saturate both sides and really get it worked in there. And if you get some excess on there, I like to just kind of wipe off any excess in the back of my hand and just gently sort of tap it so I know that it's ready to go. And I'm gonna close up my eyeliner because I don't want it to dry out. Now, I find this is really good for like tight lines or smoky liners. So I'm gonna hold the brush with the skinny side going this way. And I have a bit of eyeshadow on just for shape. So basically what I'm doing is resting the brush on my lashes so that a very small amount of the brush is touching my lid. And I'm not tight lining because I'm not going underneath the lashes, but you can definitely do it with cream liner. It works really well for that. I'm just sort of using the skinny side of the brush to add. So as it's drying, I'm just kind of moving it around, softly blending it. Essentially, gel liner is super versatile. You can do pretty much whatever you want with it. I feel like everybody should have at least one good gel liner they like. And you can really get a soft smudge look, and this is very hard to do with wing liner. So that's why it's so nice. Next we have one of my absolute favorite eyeliners, and it's only $11. It stacks up to everybody else. I've used it for years. It's from Sephora collection. This is the Contour Eye Pencil 12 hours. I think it lasts a bit longer than 12 hours to be quite honest. It's super pigmented. This is the shade Black Lace, which is our super matte black, and I will be showing you another shade that I think that everybody should look into. And this is sort of like putting a cream liner into a pencil. It does a lot of the same work. It's just in a different format. A lot of times people tell me that they can't do wing liner or they have problems with eyeliner in general, but sometimes you just have to try a different format. What works for you may not work for, you know, your best friend. So I use a pencil liner. That is my eyeliner of choice, and I finish it off with a liquid. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is. I've taught a lot of people how to do makeup over the years, and I feel like the biggest thing is people rush. They think that if they can do a line like from 0 to 60 across their eye the quickest, that means they're more skilled. But you know, doing makeup faster doesn't mean you're gonna, you know, get to a good place sooner. You might just mess up a little bit. So you want to hold your eye taut, don't pull it. I have like sort of like a looser type of eye where I have to hold it a little bit. And you just want to take it and just do little wiggle motions on the lash line and just kind of gradually move across. It doesn't have to be perfect because I always run a brush over it and smudge it a little bit so it looks a little smokier. And you could go underneath the lashes and tightline a little bit and kind of do that if you have a very sort of obvious tight line area. Some people, when they look forward, you can see a lot of their waterline and it can kind of be beige. And if you're going for a darker, more sultry eye, it can kind of be a little bit distracting. Mine isn't as obvious, but you can kind of see it in that inner corner. So that's where I tight line. That's where I spend my time. And sort of load up the outer corner a little bit more if you want to. Gently sort of pull it outwards. If you want sort of a whisper of a winged liner, if you want to, you could do a lot with it. But I typically just do like a nice little thin line to kind of get things going. And also note, I worked in stores so many years and I was always troubleshooting people's issues. There are pencils that are not waterproof. I know in 2021, everything's super long wear and waterproof. You know, traditional eyeliner or traditional casual eyeliner, which is super popular in South Asia, is not waterproof. It moves and it blends and it sits in the waterline really nicely, because if you think about it, waterproof pencil is meant to repel water, and you're putting it in your waterline, which is a water-filled environment. It's gonna, you know, not last as long. So if you're looking for something in that waterline area for like a darker, sort of sootier, smoky eye, you want to look for something that's not waterproof. So I'll be using the exact same brand Sephora collection, exact same pencil in a different shade. This is the shade Cocoa. It's a beautiful sort of shimmery bronze shade. I just feel like it looks great on everybody. And I'm going to show you how to smudge eyeliner on the lower lash line. Now, the reason I picked a brown is because I think sometimes black can look a bit harsh and make your eyes look a little bit smaller. And I like my eyes to look, you know, nice and bright and open, but still defined. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this, not much. My eyes might be a little dark, so I did have a little bit of mascara on earlier. And you could take your finger, but we're just going to use that brush we keep using and just really gently smudge it. If you are someone who always wears black liner on the bottom, just try a taupe or a chocolate or a shimmery color. It looks really pretty and it'll give you the same amount of definition. It just won't look as harsh, which can be really nice when you're going for like a soft glam or like an everyday look. Brown is nice because, as you can see, it gives me a bit of definition on the bottom. If I don't put anything on the lower lash line, sometimes it looks a little bit naked. So it just gives me a little bit of shape around the eye without being overly harsh. So we're gonna finish up with a wing liner, because that's just what I wear. I wear a wing liner anytime I'm wearing liner. And there are two different types of liquid liner. There are liquid liners that have a brush tip, typically a nylon brush tip, and there are ones that have a felt tip. I love a brush tip. I find it easier for me, and I'm a makeup artist. I've been doing wing liners since I was like 15 years old. I still find a brush tip to be easy. A lot of people prefer felt tip, so it's totally preference and whatever feels most comfortable in your hand. This Makeup by Mario one is the Master Matte Liquid Liner. This is a felt tip. It's super, super inky. The more I press down, the more pigment I get. It's a very like flexible felt tip, so the lighter pressure, the thinner, the more I press down, the more ink comes out. I have the Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Liner. Because it has a brush tip, I really like that. It kind of reminds me of like a calligraphy brush you'd use if you were doing like Chinese brush painting. It looks just like an artist brush, which I really like. And I find, maybe because my outer lids are a little headed, just brush tips tend to work a little bit easier for me. I can navigate them a bit better. I usually do a little mascara before. If you have problems with the angle, what you want to do is either follow the angle of your lower lash line, and you shouldn't dip below that, or if you put mascara on, don't go below where your lash angle is. That helps, but just don't dip too low because you'll just be dragging down your eye. So whenever I do my liner, I always do pencil, and then I do liquid. I just find it to be easier. And I'm just kind of gradually working up and out, not applying that much pressure. So basically so that like too much product doesn't come out at one time and I get like a nice sort of wispy edge. I like a larger wing because I tend to wear a larger lash, so it all evens out. But I typically focus on that outer corner, and then I might just kind of go in and like touch up the black. But I do find it easier because the thing too is as you're sort of tight lining and putting on eyeliner, you can't put liquid liner in your waterline. It's just gonna spread everywhere. It's not gonna feel very good. So using the pencil beforehand helps for you to tight line and to smudge in between your lashes. So that's why I always do that first. I think that looks pretty good. Let's do the other side. So if you have hooded eyes, I've pretty much showed you how to use each different type of eyeliner. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes, and I will be right back. So this is my sort of everyday wear of liner. I always do a pencil liner across my waterline. I think it lasts a really long time. It looks really good against the bolder eyeshadows that I like to wear, as well as like very simple like today. And then I always finish off just the corner with a wing. I actually find it to be kind of easier to do, and layering the two I think makes it last a really long time. So this is the way I wear my eyeliner, but experiment. If you tried one form of eyeliner, maybe try another. If you are better with a brush, if maybe you're a painter in real life, you might be really great with the pot liners because that brush might feel very familiar to you versus a pencil. So just try different ones out. There's so many different kinds of eyeliners. I can't even tell you. There are hundreds of kinds of eyeliners. So try different ones out to see which one works best for you. Okay, so I'm going to show you just how they apply in a nice little close-up shot, because I know you all love swatches and the differences in how they smudge and how they move and whatnot. Okay, so there you go, different eyeliner options. Maybe in the comment section below, like shout out your favorite eyeliners. Everything we talked about today is in the description bar if you want to pick one up. I definitely recommend. I picked all these products. I definitely recommend these. These are tried and true great eyeliners that anybody can use, in my opinion. As always, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. We love sharing things with you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.